Well, it has been a busy week at the Credit One Charleston Open with a new stadium, the return of a full crowd after coronavirus, and of course the weather that we have had this week. We want to go back out to Hannah and Josh, and they have a special guest who has seen it all this week.
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, everybody, for the special edition of News 2 at 4. We are under the Oaks, just outside of the Credit One Stadium on Daniel Island. By the way, gorgeous out here. Weather's cooperating nicely, and we have News 2's Riley Benson, who's been out here for it all. You're kind of like the postal guys, you know, through rain, through snow. You've seen it all this week.
Literally.
Hail. Am I missing anything? Locusts, frogs.
Right. I mean, what's next?
I'm not sure. Hopefully not snow. Hopefully no snow. Let's get the nice weather. It's been nice today.
But Riley, you and I came out here last week and
Right.
sort of toured the stadium, got the lay of the land, and then you have literally been here every day doing it. I heard you learned pickleball,
I did,
you
yep.
picked up a racket,
Oh, I tried.
and you tried. So how's it been going?
You know, it's been great, and I think this is one of those things that, you know, we've seen Seawee and we saw the Cooper River Bridge run. We've seen so many great events around Charleston with so many people, and things are really coming back. I think that was really highlighted here this week. I mean, there's so many people. You know, obviously the weather was a little, you know, didn't play well a couple days into the week, but, you know, so many people out here, so many great matches, a couple local girls playing in the tennis tournament, so many people, great food, great drinks, pickleball, everything for somebody, right?
You know, and you mentioned the weather because I know that was an issue for you, what, 3 days, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we had Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Right.
When you were talking to Bob, like, how did that work behind the scenes? You know, because it has to be logistically a nightmare.
Well, I know, I think it was Wednesday, and we'd just gone into a delay, and Bob kind of walks by and I said, "Hey, Bob," and he goes, you know, you could just tell how stressed Bob was as, you know, they're trying to move matches around and they're trying to make this all work and keep things on schedule. I think that was the biggest issue, the middle of the week, and last night, you know, play did go late, and it's, you know, trying to catch up. Thankfully, I think we are there now, but, you know, I really did feel for them because they put on a great tournament in this new stadium, and you could just tell how stressed they were with this, you know, the rain delays, obviously.
I mean, no one wants to see that, obviously. They wanted everything to run as smoothly as possible,
Right.
but kudos to them, you know, functioning in style, working through the disaster. A lot of people out here having a great time today. Riley, has this lit a fire inside you that you are now going to be a tennis player?
You know, pickleball is a lot harder than I was expecting. It was, you have to be skilled to be able to play tennis and pickleball, I'm sure. I'm thinking I'm going to stick to golf. You know, I might try to be the casual tennis player, but it's a lot harder than you would think, honestly.
So what's been your highlight of your week?
That's a tough question. I think that really, like I mentioned, I think it's just seeing everybody back out here. It's, you know, seeing people and they're like, you know, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. And seeing the tennis and the fans. I mean, you know, even just for the ball crew, and I'm going to have a story about this later, but the ball crew would come on, gather balls, and like people are cheering for the ball crews. I think people are just so excited to see sports.
You know, Hannah, we talked about this while covering the bridge run, that it's like there's this feel of finally we can get back out and do things and try to get life back to normal, and I think that's what you're seeing here.
It's so good to see. You know, if you were with us from the start of News 2 at 4, a lot of people were inside the stadium because there was a match going on, and now to see everybody come out while there's a little bit of a break, I mean, it's really cool, right?
It really is. Okay, final question, Riley, before we go to break. And this comes from Carolyn Murray and Rob. They want to know how you were able to keep your hair from moving while playing pickleball. We need the product info.
That takes a lot of gel. It's Old Spice. And as our lovely photographer, our assignment manager would say, if it were to melt, we would have a slick spill, and DNR would be here to clean that up. So.
All right,
Oh.
that's good to
Well,
know.
thanks for the
So
secrets.
Carolyn, Rob, I'm sure Rob is listening right now. I don't know if Carolyn is or not. She's prepping for 5. There's your answer.
I love it. Well, you know what? I think we have to go to break right now. We're having a great time out here. Riley, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for joining us for our special coverage out here on Daniel Island.